Well, from one tech giant that's spicing up new products to another that's in a little bit of a pickle over its services. Amazon shares fell 6% on Thursday after the company reported its lowest quarterly profit in a year. The company delivery business is investing heavily in things like warehouses, but it's also investing in video content as well, and that's helped push up operating expenses by a third compared to last year. Opening new delivery centers has also bitten into Amazon's bottom line as shipping expenses soared by almost half to $3.9 billion. Meanwhile, Amazon's reported profits for 6 straight quarters, but the cash burn suggests its pattern of heavily investing in something that will continue. But will investors keep backing it? Well, for a closer look at what's dragging down Amazon's bottom line, we're joined by the founder and president of Technalysis Research, Bob O'Donnell. Bob, many thanks for joining us here on Money Talks. Let's just look at the share fall, because 6% seems like a lot, but when you look at the performance of the last 6 months, they're actually up 36% overall. So is this just a case of investors getting spooked by operating income being dwindled, or something else?
Sure. I think it's a couple of different things. So what we've seen is after, 18 years of not making profit at all, we finally saw Amazon making profits over the last 6 quarters, and people got used to that. And so now all of a sudden they were expecting this ramp of profitability to increase, and unfortunately, while they were still profitable, it was at a much lower level than what the market expected. And in turn, of course, stock prices, as we know, are often about expectations, and those forecast earnings for the next quarter were down. And the concern is that that means that the retail side of the Amazon business is proving to, take a lot of investments. But, let's be honest. Anybody who's tracked Amazon for a while knows this is the way the company operates. Jeff Bezos is thinking super long term here.
Right, exactly as you said, Jeff Bezos does have a track record of taking all the money that Amazon makes and plowing it right back into the company. Surely that would actually encourage investor optimism, if anything.
You would think so, but I think what we got into is a number of people who maybe had been on the sidelines for Amazon jumping in when they saw this profitability story, particularly around cloud services. And the cloud services, the Amazon Web Services business, is continuing to grow very strongly. It's getting more competitive, but they have a very dominant position there. So I think a lot of people thought, oh, this is great, this is the time to jump on, not recognizing perhaps that the costs, especially to do international expansion, to build these additional warehouses, and all the other things that they're needing to invest in the Prime service are going to take a while. The benefit being, in the long run, that by building this loyalty for customers to A, buy more products, and then B, get used to paying for music and video services that they're going to pay for on a subscription-like basis, becomes a very nice pool of money that Amazon can keep tapping into for years and years to come.
All right, let's just quickly talk about those web services, because we were just talking about Amazon a second ago, and they've obviously seen a push into their cloud computing as well. Is this something that we expect to see and hear more of from Amazon, but also from the industry more generally? And when do we expect to see these big returns coming from there?
Well, I mean, we're already seeing pretty big returns. It's just, Amazon only recently broke out this business, and people for a while weren't sure how big it was, and it's actually proven to be a lot bigger than they thought. But the bottom line is this move to cloud-based hosting services, computing services being delivered via these huge data centers that Amazon originally built, by the way, for their own purposes, and then realized they could sell to other people, is absolutely the way of the future. So this is going to be a continuing big business for Amazon. At some point, it could be even bigger, frankly, than retail. We're not anywhere close there yet, but there is that potential long term.
All right, Bob, we'll have to leave it there. Bob O'Donnell at Technalysis there. Many thanks.